energy in here. Alright. We got it just how we want it in here. I forgot which parts I'm going to read. Turn my cute little light on. Pee-wee, get adjusted, girl. Mommy's got to read. I know exactly what I'm going to read. Highly creative. Here we go. Pee-wee, lay down. That's not China. Pee-wee, that's not China. Lay down. Lay down. Not easily manipulated. Haha. Okay, we go. Okay. Around the world. Feeling energy, spotting energy drains. Lack of will. Here we go. Oh, here we go. Maybe I'll just read a chapter. Okay. I was never that good in school, but that's okay. I'm a last-minute planner. So I'm going to read a chapter out of my Empowered Empath book. That's right. Before I go on my little nice trippy vacation today to the Springs, I'm going to read a little bit out of this book. I like this book. It has a lot of powerful insight to it. So I'm doing like you did with the school. I just, a chapter, and I'll just read through this one chapter. Unless I find spots I go off of and just, go down my own path. And please forgive me if emotions hit during the reading, because sometimes they do. Emotions can always hit you. Okay. The empath and energy. I sum up my early empath experience like this. Today, life will be different because I will be different. I started each day with pure intentions and high hopes. But when I stepped into the world, my highly sensitive, empathetic nature kicked in. And my will to thrive turned into a need to survive. As a child, I wanted to enjoy school and the relationships that others enjoyed. I stepped forward with pure love in my heart, but almost immediately I would be bewildered by what I felt. The incongruences of words versus actions scared me. The ease at which being cool surpassed loyalty alarmed me. The way my body felt around others, very big one, overwhelmed me. Each morning, decade after decade, the cliche of "you can do it" played in my head. I believed that if I could think positively, smile more prominently, and ignore what I felt, I would influence the energy around me. But at the end of every day, I felt defeated and convinced that escaping the energy I felt was impossible. I did not understand that my experience was different from others. I did not know that the other girls were not picking up what I was. They did not feel what I felt. At an early age, I began to comprehend that the more I felt, the more uncomfortable I was, and the more uncomfortable I was, the more others pulled back. The more others pulled back, the more my experience validated the belief that something was wrong with me. Had I understood how to articulate my experience, I might have found the commonality with others I craved. Had I learned as a child that the way I perceived the world was not a mistake, I might have avoided years of emotional trauma had I understood human beings' complexity and that our need to feel loved can equate to denying our feelings. I might not have lost trust in myself and others. Then again, had my experience been different, I would not have taken the path I did. I would not understand what I do now, and I would not be authoring this book for all of you. And see, that's very powerful right there. That almost made me want to cry. At the end there, I was like, okay, let's keep going. What is energy? Since, people are like, what, energy? Okay, it's all your feelings and emotion. Here we go. If you have explored the internet, well, what a analogy, a school textbook or a spiritual self-help website, you are familiar with the word energy. That's right, energy. To know how energy relates to us, we should understand energy in general and scientific terms. Einstein's mathematical equation of E equals mc squared provided clarity to scientists all over the world. In his finding, he discovered that the letter E for energy, equals mass, as in letter M, times the speed of light, c, squared, which would be, damn, this is a math problem. 2 or E equals mc squared. All right, I know it's in math. The life-changing equation revealed that mass and energy are different forms of the same thing. According to the first law of thermodynamics, the total of the universe's energy is constant and capable of being created or destroyed. Oh, I like that. It can only change from one form to another. Energy comes in various forms like solid mass and non-solid mass, and heat, light, electrical, sound, gravitational, potential stored energy, and kinetic energy of motion. Quantum physics asserts that mass and energy are interchangeable. Like how I, put an emphasis on some words, okay. Therefore, mass is simply a manifestation of energy. In short, everything, including humans and our psychological processes of thought, beliefs, emotions, and consciousness, is composed of unseen to the eye energy. Boom. Hold on. Let me get my tea. I'm on fire. Let me get my tea. Back. I'm excited. I don't want to leave off. I'm doing good. I'm on a roll with this reading shit. Okay. So I've learned to listen when I talk, read, or do anything along the way. And then when I do that, by golly, I come up with a lot of answers. Let's go back in. Everything, including humans and our psychological processes of thoughts, beliefs, emotions, and consciousness, is composed of unseen to the eye energy. All feelings are energy. Feeling energy. What does an empath mean when they say this room has heavy energy? Or I feel low energy around her? What are they saying about the energy? When an empath says they sense the energy, they are expressing how someone feels to them. An empath is communicating how an environment or the space near another person feels within their body. The empath can determine through premonition, knowing or feeling many things about an atmosphere, most distinctly the emotional climate. An empath's experience is more than empathy. They do not just recognize others' feelings, they feel the other's physical sensations and their emotions in their body. I didn't even know that. There is no doubt to the empath that everything is energy and we all are energetic beings. Empaths feel the energetic body that is invisible to the eye. Which makes other people not understand. Through bodily experience, the empath knows that an energy exchange goes beyond a casual nod or friendly hug. The empath can sense when things are much more than they appear. Can you remember when you were in a social situation and the energy felt suffocating, but you stayed? Can you recall a time when an encounter was draining your energy and you questioned your own reality? Most people are often detached and uninterested in knowing, acknowledging, or feeling anything inside them. As humans, we often fear negative emotions and refuse to visit any uncomfortable circumstance in our life. This pattern can be excruciating to the empath. Do you hear that? Excruciating. This avoidance pattern communicates that we must deny and avoid the pain to be happy. The empath who avoids pain and negative emotions ends up detached from themselves and others. I wish I could highlight that, but I don't have one near me. What I have found in my life in working with empaths is detachment from self to avoid what we feel is the leading cause of our suffering. Part of embracing the whole of who we are is awareness of our energy and how our body feels in each moment. Specific circumstances will feel draining to you, and these are specific draining experiences for me. Although deeply affected by the world, empaths are not victims. They control their energy depletion. Oh, yes, we do. Many empaths operate from empty energy. Oh, my. Many empaths operate from empty energy tanks. So many situations feel tedious. Oh, yeah. When the life feels consistently heavy and we do not trust ourselves to improve it, we sink into victimhood and blame. And victimhood is a disempowered state of being. It sure the fuck is. When we take full accountability for our energy and stay conscious of our body, thoughts, and feelings, we can see the steps to care for ourselves. That's right. Spotting energy drains. How do empaths spot an energy drain? Well, for me, very easily. It begins by connecting back to the body and noticing how they feel in each moment. The better they get at the mind-body connection, the better they will recognize their energy drains and act before they burn the fuck out. That's my word. Common signs of energy drains for empaths can be finding it extremely difficult to be present. Empaths depend on distractions like their phones or focusing on other problems to get them through the day. I don't like that line. I'm going to read that again. Empaths depend on distractions like their phones or focusing on others' problems to get them through the day. Oh, yeah. Well, it makes sense because we're so worried about everyone else. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, sometimes that's why I don't like when I read. Another sign. Let me have a sip of my coffee. Hold on. I mean, my tea. Oh, man. The epiphanies you have. That's why I say just listen to yourself when you talk. You might be like, oh, shit. Okay, let me go back in. Because now I'm addicted. Okay, another sign is that they feel a heavy emotion. Like fear, sorrow, anxiety, and do not know why. When they do not understand where their feelings come from, it can be that they were not noticing their thoughts. Or it can be a sign of depleted energy. Sleep patterns can alert them to energy drains. See, I've been sleeping good and God knows how long. If they are getting adequate sleep and their health is optimal, but they still feel depleted upon waking, it might be necessary to look more closely at our environment. Yep. An ever-changing mood or shortness with others can also be signs that there's a lack in life force energy. Once they notice how their body feels in each moment, they will discern what circumstances drain them the most. Okay, so I'm not noticing in each moment. Because apparently I'm addicted to helping people. Okay, common energy drains. Hold on. Forgive me, I look like poopy today. But I want to read some of this so I can go on my little trip to the springs. Oh, I'm trying to drink this tea, but it's a little hot. Hold on. This brings a lot of clarity when you read stuff. Common energy drains. Hopefully this won't make me cry. Okay. Though empaths cannot turn off their sensitivities. Yeah, we can't turn it off. They can become aware of their limits. When they take accountability for their energy drains and make the changes required to thrive, they call back their power and leave victimhood behind. That's right. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Now we'll go into the lack of sleep. Sleep is necessary for human survival. I'm just kidding. After as little as 3 days, our body and mind deteriorate. Empaths need a consistent sleep pattern to feel their best. Empaths are highly sensitive in all aspects of our lives, including their body's response to not even receiving enough rest. Deep sleep is essential to lessen the overstimulation they experience each day of their lives. I require no less than 8 hours of sleep each night, and by bedtime needs to be before midnight. If I do not grant myself the rest I need, I experience things like nausea, depressed mood, mind fog, and anxiety. Oh my. And for years, I resisted giving my body what is needed for fear of missing out to circumvent looks I would get from others when leaving a party early. Because they are hypersensitive to stimuli, empaths, yeah, that's for sure, empaths may struggle to calm their mind before bed. The issue can cause the empath to lose much needed rest. Creating a calming bedtime routine, including meditation and turning technology off 2 hours before bed, can help calm the mind. And breathe a little bit like I am right now. Just reading this makes me want to freak out. Empaths are also prone to stress-related illness such as adrenaline fatigue. Hold up. Empaths are also prone to stress-related illness such as adrenaline fatigue, an imbalance in the endocrine system that can also play a part in sleep disruption. Giving your body the support it needs, whether through supplements, naturopaths, or doctors, ensures your body will calm when it is time for rest. Oh my. See, these are unlocking keys for myself, and if anyone listening, if it helps you too, great. Lack of alone time. Empaths are super responsive to the energy around others. Oh, yes, they are. They are like antennas, like big antennas, huge antennas. Noticing every little signal that others miss. Empaths are highly sensitive people, which means they have reactive nervous systems. When you hear that noise, that normally means a light bulb went off. With the reactive nervous system, the outer world easily inundates them. Inundates. What the fuck is that word? Harmony is challenging to obtain when surrounded by other people, noises, and various stimuli. So empaths need regular alone time and moments of pause throughout the day to refocus and restore. The solitude an empath needs is not about avoidance and unhealthy isolation. It is about self-preservation and self-care. Okay, this is one of my favorite ones. Loud noise. Since I'm becoming sensitive to so much noise lately, it isn't even funny. Loud noise, smells, excessive talking can easily fray an empath's nerves. Like being sensitive to others' emotions, empaths can have a low threshold for the stimulation of light, sound, and smell. Oh, no. Sorry, there's no light bulb. Because of these, they favor more low-key settings such as coffee shops or friends' houses over noisy clubs or parties. Next time you're in a loud environment, pay attention to your body. Yep. Your feel for the cues and your body responses to the noise. When does your body begin to feel affected? What physical clues does your body present when it needs a recess from its surroundings? A few ways the sensitivity shows up for me is my need to turn the radio down if I am driving in an unfamiliar area, or my need to have background noise at a minimum. If I am having a deep conversation, background noise does not affect others as much as it does me. I need the stimulus to be minimal for me to give full focus. Violent content. Do you have a friend that loves horror movies, or one that will not miss the next episode of their favorite true crime series? Although not all empaths are affected equally, violent content can be agony for some. Hell, just violent words. You know that suspenseful feeling you get when the teens are running from the killer in the woods. To some, it is a welcomed rush of adrenaline. To empaths, fake and real-life violence can leave our nervous system fired up for hours or even days. Oh, no, no, no. Watching violent. See, I feel like I'm getting sick to my stomach right now. Oh, and that's because someone's coming in my house. So I feel the energy from ways away. Breathe it out, Kim. Breathe it out. To some, it is a welcomed rush of adrenaline. To empaths, fake and real-life violence can leave our nervous system fired up for hours or even days, making watching violent content a threat to our well-being. Understanding that violence can adversely affect us in one thing, but taking the necessary steps to limit it is another. We live in a society that glorifies violence in movies, news, and television. Many people are accustomed to seeing it and may scoff at your decision to distance from it. Remember, you are not like them. You do not need to be like them. And your well-being is your responsibility. Let's skip through a couple things here. So I already read a bunch of this. Brain changes after trauma. More like, let me start with this one. The brain and trauma. For decades, the word trauma described events like soldiers returning from war, rape, and severe abuse. But through the years, I have noticed that matching trauma to only extreme examples leads people who have not had a labeled extreme event to slip through the cracks of care. The old saying, "it could be worse," can lead us to deny ourselves the support we need. That's true. Someone said, "it could be worse." Yeah. That could fall under gaslighting too. The American Psychological Association defines trauma as one, any disturbing experience that results in significant fear, helplessness, disassociation, confusion, or other disruptive feelings, intense enough to have a long-lasting negative effect on a person's attitude, behavior, and other aspects of functioning. Traumatic events include those caused by human behavior, like rape, war, industrial accidents, as well as by nature, like earthquakes and tornadoes and shit, and often challenge an individual's view of the world as a just safe, predictable place. 2, any serious physical injury, such as a widespread burn or a blow to the head. Although responses to trauma, dogs, like I'm trying to deal with my trauma right now as I read this, so I'm multitasking over here. Any serious physical injury, such as a widespread burn or a blow to the head, although responses to trauma can be very Although responses to trauma can vary, trauma can change our brain in some foreseen ways. I'm going to read this one part and I'm going to give my own input on this. Trauma can change brain functioning in several ways, but 3 of these most significant changes occur in the prefrontal cortex, the anterior cingulate cortex, and sorry, some of these words are hard for me to say, and I'm surprised because I went to med school. Amygdala, the prefrontal cortex, or the PFC, or thinking center, is behind your forehead at the top of your brain. Which is where your crown chakra would be. The PFC allows us clarity of thought, allows us to make sound decisions, and brings awareness to ourselves and others. After trauma, or when our trauma is triggered or aroused, the PFC lags, that's the prefrontal cortex, slowing and altering the benefits of the thinking center. This is fucking deep. The anterior cingulate cortex, or the ACC, or emotion regulation center, is near the PFC and works closely with the thinking center. When the ACC is in healthy working order, we can manage complex thoughts and feelings without being overwhelmed. See, this is the thing. I'll put this book down for a second. So I'm just talking and going off of what I'm thinking and going through and my own experience. I know a lot of people want to look at this place like a matrix or whatever they want to look at it. You know how I see it? A lot of people had accidents and incidences along the way. Whether it was a car accident, whether it was carpal tunnel surgery, whether it was anything to mess up parts of your body. So while I'm sitting here reading this, I'm thinking to myself, wow, what a lovely way to fuck up the people, certain parts of their bodies, so they can what? Not think properly, not come to this, not deal with this emotion. By the way, the forgiveness emotion carries the same vibrational level that your gallbladder does. Guess what? I don't have my gallbladder. So a lot of stuff is so deep between your feelings, your emotions, what organs it goes with, chakras, for anyone who knows about that. And also realizing that for a while now, as I'm reading this and what I've gone through and what my sister's gone through and what most of society's gone through that I'm learning about now, guess what? A lot of people were misdiagnosed. Yep. I believe a lot of, sorry, my speech is a little messed up right now. I believe a lot of people were misdiagnosed all along. I can't even find my lid to this. I'm sorry, I'm getting choked up. Sorry, not sorry. I believe a lot of people have been misdiagnosed for so long over stuff. And they've been told, you got depression, you got this, you got this, you got that, you got that. No, maybe this is a bunch of fucking empaths running around, okay? And they have unhealed trauma. You heard me? They have unhealed trauma. In the midst of people trying to find themselves and who the fuck they are and want to get healed, you're given all these other stupid labels. In reality, it's unhealed trauma. And if these doctors and experts and all these fucking douchebags out in the world, I'm sorry, I'm on fire today, yes. weren't so worried about making money off sick people, you'd all be like, yep, well, you've been traumatized. Case closed. Are you sensitive? Are you sensitive to other stimuli around you? Okay, have you went through some shit in your life and you haven't addressed it? You got trauma. And do you know how far people can go if they just know, fuck, I got trauma, and they actually put a finger on it, and then maybe they can actually want to heal it and start to heal it and get it out of them so they feel lighter, a little light in the loafers, as they would say. You feel lighter. You don't feel stuck. You don't feel paralyzed with that feeling of fear all the motherfucking time. And you're sitting over here questioning, where the fuck did that come from? Why is this here? You know the shitty world you live in. You know what's going on. You know you're losing family members. You know people are dying all around you. You know this shitty world. This is why I don't sit in groups of people. I always sit with groups of people and I can't talk about trauma and shit like that. I just hear shit and it fucking rips me to the core. And when you get ripped to the core and that heart breaks open, you feel like you're going to have a fucking heart attack, and that ain't no lie. You feel like you're going to have a heart attack. That's how bad it feels. Shit, I didn't even know empaths carry feelings and all that in different ways. Physically, mentally, emotionally. I didn't even know they did that. Sorry, I'm nowhere near the mute button. I found my lid. I was getting ready to go on a vacation today. Getting ready to go down to the springs for me. For something to do for me, to let go. I'm trying to put some shit together in a bag just to go. And I can't. And the little woohoo kid inside of me, well, I'm disappointed in myself, man. Because I can normally just get out of a mood and go do what I want to do to have fun. And today it's just like, it's not happening. That's why I busted out my book, because I've been in my room and walking around and doing house chores and talking to myself and doing all kinds of weird hoodoo voodoo shit, to feel better. And I was like, fuck it, I'm going to break out this book and read it. And I'll go live and read it. Because I always have a lot of clarity when I read shit. But because I've learned to be the talker, the listener, the observer, and do all that in one sitting, well, I listen to my body when I read shit. I listen to what's going on in my head, physically, mentally, spiritually, and then shit hits me. Self-awareness is essential for empaths. And I have to stop reading sometimes because it gets so deep and overwhelming for me. I have this big, massive buildup of crying, as you see now as it comes out, that still has to come out of my body. But I have to shut it down at certain times because it's so overwhelming, my body can't even handle it. That's how bad it is. Because I've been holding in feelings for fucking decades. Because I've had to. Because I live in a world where you have to. I'm in a family where you have to. Everywhere I go, you gotta hold your feelings. You gotta. I'm tired of hearing you gotta. If I say you gotta fucking suck my ass. Oops, I'm sorry, did that come out? Yeah. Sometimes I run around like, no, sir, you need to suck my ass. Tell me how that feels. Yeah. Write your eulogy. No, that's not really what I want to see. Okay, well, let's read it anyways. How bad could it be? You've been through worse. It's only a paragraph. Write your eulogy. This task can be difficult for those who struggle with external self-awareness. To get the writing juices flowing, answer questions like the following. What do I want people to say about me at my funeral? How do I want to be remembered? What will people say about me now that I have passed on? Doing this exercise will clarify what you would like to change in your life and where you would like to redirect your attention. Really, on your way out the door, okay. It can also help you gain insight into how your reactions and choices affect those around you. Due to their sharpened sensitivity to emotional and physical energy, it is common for empaths to take on others' emotions without realizing it. Empaths will directly mirror another's feelings as though they were their own. And they may have a tough time differentiating their emotions and feelings from another. Yeah. Empaths can lose themselves in others' emotions. Huh. Yeah, that makes sense. Let me say that again. Empaths can lose themselves in others' emotions. Ding dong, another light bulb went off for me. They can find it difficult to distance themselves from those who suffer, even when it is in their best interests. Many empaths feel a displaced responsibility to save the world, believing they are the only ones who can help. Empaths tend to prioritize others' needs over their own. When they prioritize others' needs over their own, it's at the expense of their own physical and mental well-being. Research confirms low external self-awareness has empaths prioritizing others' needs over their own, leading to depression and anxiety symptoms. For empaths, it can feel natural to put someone else's feelings above theirs, but it is harmful. They must be mindful of their limits and leave time each day to care for themselves. Emotional intelligence requires giving empathy and compassion to ourselves. Even though it feels like second nature to offer support to others, empaths have to accept that they need comfort and attention and allow themselves and others to give to them. When they are self-aware, they will notice when an interaction goes from manageable to downright draining. In this scenario, it is not the other person's responsibility to change their energy. It's the empath's responsibility to meet their own needs. Reflect and ask yourself, am I taking on the feelings, moods, or problems in this conversation? I gotta do that constantly where it's aggravating as shit. Is this my feeling? Is that your feeling? Is it Bob down the road? Is it this one across the country? Yeah. And the more you heal, the further you pick up that energy. So one point is like, yes, you want to heal, and the other part is like, I don't know. What do I need right now? A lobotomy. I'm just kidding. As you become more aware of your needs, pay attention to the fear stories your mind tells you that hold you apart from meeting your needs. Fear statements like, it's rude to ask to pause our conversation. She won't love me if I stop She won't love me if I stop why can't I say that word? Prioritizing her needs over mine. I've asked for support before, and no one showed up for me. And who am I to set a boundary? This is all shit I say too. Empathy is a human practice. It hears the suffering in a neighbor's voice, listens attentively, and offers a supportive, I hear you. Rewarded empathy is a human practice. It is hearing the suffering in our inner voice, listening attentively, and offering a supportive, I hear you, and I will act. Self-awareness is being conscious of what you need and being courageous enough to take action. Self-awareness is one of the most potent allies for our growth and transformation. Yet only 10 to 15% of us are self-aware. That is a low number on the totem pole. And I was just told the other day too, 80% of people operate in logic and 20 in feelings. And I was like, oh, I fall in the feelings category. Great, there's less of us. When we lack self-awareness, we struggle in many areas of our lives because our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors affect us and others. When we achieve self-awareness, we know ourselves to the point where we consciously decide what we think, feel, and want to do. Huh. Okay. So, well, maybe that's why I could be overwhelming myself too. So I like reading. Self-awareness is an essential ingredient for an empath to create a life that serves them. Self-awareness empowers them to develop a lifestyle on their terms. Having a lifestyle that acknowledges their sensitive needs enables them to rise fully into their strength and power. See, and this is what society will not allow. Let me read that again. Oh, God. Ooh, wow. Horrendous. Anyways. Having a lifestyle that acknowledges their sensitive needs enables them to rise fully into their strength and power. So if you live in a society where your lifestyle is not acknowledged because you're traumatized every day. Hell, every time I wake up in the morning out of my bed, I'm traumatized by a family member. Every time. And this has been going on since I was 7. This is the moment you want to say, God, I'm just kidding. But 7. Since I was 7, I get woke up every morning in some fight and flight mode by a random family member. So you're in society where they're not going to go off of that. They're just going to give you a mental disorder. Say, here, take a pill. Because we don't want you to deal with that shit. Okay, I need to stop for a minute. And I'm sorry, I haven't really been looking at the chat. I'm doing this for me. I'm doing this to try to get myself out of the house and go on my little vacation I planned for me. That's only like 20 minutes down the road, and it's a nice big river, and it's beautiful, and it's gorgeous. But me, whatever I'm feeling, whoever I'm feeling it for, if it's even my feelings or not, by golly George, because that's where I reach, I'm trying to get out of it just to make it to that vacation. All by my lonesome, which I don't mind. I'm very grateful. I just asked for that little step to actually put. Why is my nose make noise when? Okay, anyways. Okay, yeah. See how I feel my whole body's falling apart. My nose should not make noise when I move it. Anyways. Looking for that little climb just to throw some shit in a bag and get in my car and go. Right, Oreo? I know. Trauma is a deep thing, man. Trauma is so deep that if you really go back and address every little thing you went through in your life, you'll probably realize there's a bunch of tiny little weird shit that caused you trauma that you don't even know about. And it might be coming out now, or actually your subconscious releases the trauma. Actually, I'm see your spine and your belly, because I've just about ripped the whole damn medical system apart over here, and I love it. Your spine and your trauma, your spine and your trauma. Your spine and your belly holds all your trauma. Which is why my body's breaking down a lot. Because my spine is already messed up. And my belly's going down, and I've been working on my diet. So my trauma, again, is coming off my body at a very alarming rate. Which would make sense why they want people to heal their trauma. Because, I guess people will be dropping like flies. You'd probably actually make more money off of them. Oh, wait, they already do. Sorry. So I went through a period of my life where, because I didn't know the world I was in, and it didn't make sense, and I felt like a damn alien here, and I was always looking around like, where is this? What are we? Am I here again? Shit. Now I'm here again. Some of us already felt there was something eerily wrong. And then the doctors passed us around to figure out, well, let's tell us what's wrong with you. Since you don't know and you can't point your finger on your own feelings and how you really feel, let us psychopaths tell you, for you, how you feel. So I was given every mental diagnosis under the book. Everyone. I had one doctor one time that when he told me what I was, supposedly, I was like, shit. Does that mean I'm related to Einstein or something? Picasso, any of those? Because what the hell you just told me, sir, is hella crazy. On top of the medications you want to mix together as a cocktail and give me. So I finally wrote them all off and said, shove those pills up your ass. I'm going to take care of myself. Because no one can tell you how you feel, how you perceive things, how you take things in. What's traumatic to me may not be traumatic to you. And what feels good to me may not feel good to you. Just to find out that all the shit they said and everything, it was all trauma. It was all just trauma. And now that I know this, and whether my mom likes it or not, and I already warned her and told her, because I just went through a weird experience that because of my trauma, and I needed help off the floor, well, I was Baker acted. I did one of those 911 calls, falling and I can't get up, like an elderly disabled person would do, and they Baker acted my ass. The cops actually came in my room. Cops, notice I say cops, not paramedics. Came in my room, stepped all over me like I was roadkill in my own bedroom, purposely pushed my buttons because they already got a good taste of how Kim will freak out on the law if you overrun my rights. They already knew when they came in here that this is an aggressive one, and because she's an aggressive one, we're gonna boop 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 boop. We're gonna do that to get her to go overboard, and they did, and it worked. And I went overboard, and they took me away. That was a big learning lesson for me. That was a big shit show that, well, I learned from. But we live in those times now where the people who get extra stimuli from outside sources have become sitting ducks. And we don't even have a pond to swim in. No one's throwing us breadcrumbs. It's like, may the odds be forever in your favor. For the empaths. I've been saying this for a while for people and humanity in general. Now it's like, oh, may the odds be forever in your favor. For the empaths. You know, the ones who have extra senses. The one that can feel what that one is doing down there. And that, and pick up all this shit around you. What a lovely way to fuck with our nervous system when it's already been messed with our whole lives. And just add some more stimuli, frequencies, whatever is out there in the world. And just let's compact it on them just a little bit more. A little bit more. And hopefully they don't just blow up and pop like a big old pimple. And the thing is, a lot of people are. They're blowing up and they're popping like a pimple. They're ending up in the hospital. They're going in there for a slight ache and pain. Next thing you know, you got cancer. You have to have a kidney taken out. Which is why I can't even walk in the medical field or the office and try to say what's going on with me and tell them, because it would be a whole another shit show. Let's sit down and have a conversation, because you know what you're talking about. I'm sorry, you got bills to pay? That ain't my problem. You got loans? That ain't my problem either. You decided to participate in this tyrannical system to take out your own motherfucking people. That ain't my problem either. But I'll tell you what my problem is. Me. My problem is me. Why I'm yelling? Because I'm on fire. It's my passion. Now sit with the fact that you're in a world, a society, people around you, family, animals, shit in general. And regardless of what anyone says, this is why I'm not even looking at the chat. I haven't looked at the chat since I started. I haven't. Because I don't want to throw off my energy and what I'm trying to say. You're in a world where now it's like there is no help. This is my perspective. This is where I sit. Right here in my nice little spinny chair. When you reach the grand conclusion, enough of this book. When you've come to the grand conclusion that, well, you're in this alone, and I mean alone, and there could be able bodies all running all around you, like there's a party going on. But you're not part of the party. You're like that old stale beverage that's been sitting there. And there's able bodies running around you. And they're not doing anything. If anything, they're doing this. If anything, they're trying to blow on that. Let's see if we blow her over. Let's go to react and respond, which makes sense to me now why my body has been purposely going through this transformation, because it's getting ready for what's coming, because apparently some more shit's coming in. To where my body and my mental state, I gotta sit over here like a damn shaman. I'm not gonna lie. Yes, you heard me. Put whatever word you want on it, a shaman, this, that. I gotta reach a state in my own life, whether I like it or not, and whether I want to do it or not, where I'm like, oh, and no matter what comes around me, I am still going to be sitting here like, oh, and if somebody's hurt and pissed off and something ain't going their way, I still got to sit there and go, oh, even though I want to cry and react and get upset for them, not me, for them, I gotta still be able to sit here and go, oh, it's not gonna bother me, oh, that is not my feelings, oh, let that shit go, oh. And that's hard because a big part of me don't believe in it. So if I don't believe in, well, contain your energy and, look out for others less and yourself more. And it's hard for me to train my brain, to train my dragon to do that. That makes it even harder. Hence why I still got to sit here like, oh, and sit in the shaman mode. And honestly, lately, it's hard for me to even think in a group of people. So if I'm in a group of people, I got to go into observation mode. So now I'm also now in a position in life where I got to change my position depending on where I'm at. So if I'm in a group of people, I go in observation mode so I can sit back and just listen and have fun or whatever. Then there's times I'm not in the observation mode and have to interact, and I have to carry a lot of the energy myself. Why? Because I'm around other bodies that are not carrying the energy. While my energy is trying to be protected, I'm still getting this over here. And people blowing shit all over me. On top of my own toxicity level, trying to come out. I'll tell you what, I wouldn't wish this life, this world, this thing we all endure on anyone. But I would wish that me and everyone could just somewhat get over a hump. Get over that hump. Where you can at least find that peace of mind within you without others affecting it. Because we are in a world where it's everywhere you go. It's everywhere. You even step outside your door, at least where I live, you hear sirens. You hear people screaming. Shit, it sounds like you hear people being slaughtered. It's like being in the middle of a bad horror movie. And you cannot get out of it. And the only way you can get out of it is to either be a character that dies, maybe be with a group of people or your friends and you're all trying to make it, and all of you don't make it, but maybe one person. See, part of the predictive programming too. But our lives are literally like the movie. See, I don't hear things normally like I used to. I hear keywords when I hear things. So I can hear a big whole paragraph, and there's only key words I'm picking out in there, and those key words help me read the energy. So I can read if that statement or paragraph is coming from hurt, anger, expectations not reached, you were abused, you had trauma, you woke up on the wrong side of the bed, somebody pissed in your Cheerios, somebody made your meal wrong. I can pick that up when people are talking. And that makes it harder because then it's like, well, now I don't want people to talk to me. How do you do that in a world where you're always going to encounter people talking? Can't isolate forever. God, if I could and I would have everything in this room right here and I would never leave it. Think I'm joking. I'm too nice of a person that if I get around energy, and when I get inside that energy field and I change my mind, I don't set those boundaries yet. I don't have that boundary limit set yet. So I'll stay in the situation and endure it, knowing damn well it's not making me feel good. It's not making me happy. And it's putting pressure on my mind, body, and soul. But because I don't know how to do boundaries yet, I sit there and just go with it and take it. And I'm like, because I'm not the type of person to be like, that's it. I can't hear it no more. I don't want to handle it. Go away. I gotta go. Now with my family, it's different. They start to agitate me and aggravate me, and my energy starts to go, moo. I walk away. I get away from them. They chased me down for so long. Now they don't do it. Unfortunately, it took my Baker Act scene in order for my family to back off. So there was a lesson learned there. You got Baker Acted, now my family leaves me alone. The stupid, horrendous shit I gotta go through in my own neck of the woods over here in Lake City, Florida. Just kidding. Lake City, Florida, I do like my town. I've had to go through the ringer, and I had to test this system all the way around the block, from school systems to DCF, businesses, cops, sheriff's departments, paramedics, hospitals, the courthouse, judges, fucked up families that don't want to raise their own children, watching them go in and out of rehab, dying, themselves, watching all go on, and it's just coming in on my body. And I can't do nothing about it. If you have a hard enough time as an empath trying to take on your own feelings and deal with you, how in the fuck do you discern the difference between everyone else's? That's a big job, my friends. It's like having to take out a little journal and sit over here and be like, this isn't mine. Like taking personal inventory at AA or NA. That doesn't belong to me. Check. That doesn't belong. Check. Ooh, this might belong. Yes, this belongs. This pertains to me right here, so I might want to look at that one. The other shit, forget about it. And it's easier said than done. Because to me, you gotta not have those extra senses. You gotta not have those feelings, that extra sense to stimuli, to honestly turn off your feelings and be like, fuck it, I don't give a shit. You gotta have that very cold heart, I say, that's not broke open, to be like, fuck it. I don't like that. I don't want to do that. You gotta be very stubborn and closed off and hard-headed. And believe me, I'm stubborn. I am so stubborn, it's ridiculous. I am so stubborn that if you told me this said the Empowered Empath, I'd say, no, it doesn't. This says Kimba on it. This says Kimba. That's how stubborn I am. I'm going to pack me a bag. And I'm going to take my happy ass to the springs and check out the water. See how it feels. Make me a nice picnic lunch. And by golly, when I get out in the world, I'm going to put that, I'm going to activate that shield around me to protect me and my energy field. And hopefully discern the difference between what is my feelings and what's other people's feelings. Because even when I'm around other feelings, I can't even operate properly. Nope. My body gets all, like that book said, starts fucking up my nervous system. Nothing in this world to me is coincidental. People can think I'm crazy all they want. Everything happens for a reason. When I say everything, I mean everything. I believe everything happens for a reason. Everything. When I say everything, I mean everything. I mean, if you got in a car accident, it happened for a reason. If you fell and broke your leg, it happened for a reason. Because somewhere down the road, you probably were going to need that leg for something and you weren't meant to do it. I believe everything happens for a reason. Everything. I don't care what it is. And because I believe that way, I turn everything into a fucking lesson. I don't care what it is. I've had to for my own state of mind. Or I was going to lose my mind. So I had to turn it around and be like, something's got to give here. Something's got to give. Something's got to give. Something's got to give. I don't live in insanity land, even though we kind of are here. I don't live in insanity land. I do not do insanity. I will not do the same shit over and over and over and expect a different outcome. I will not do it. I will not talk about shit over and over and over and expect it to change. I will not repeat myself over and over and over and over again. Unless, of course, maybe, said person, place, or thing has an issue or a disability where I have to repeat myself. See, my body's feeling better already. The energy from others will cause a lot of pain to your body. So much pain, it's unreal. And as soon as you talk out loud, sing, do stuff to get the energy out, it's off your body. Hold on, I just got sick again in my stomach. Which means something's around. It's like being a big fucking antenna that you don't want to be. Being a huge antenna that you did not ask to be, but for some reason you must be that antenna now. And it can be fun, but it can be frightening. And it definitely ain't fun on your health. All right. I think I'm talked out. I think I feel better. Thank you, everybody, for coming. Hey, Mary. Hey, Treat. You love your crazy, so do I. DJ, aw. Oh, truth be told, audits, yeah, they don't care exactly. Oh, it's good to see you guys. Thank you. Oh, I love you guys. Blind Straight, hey. Oh, Blind Straight was the first to come. Oh, you guys are sweet. Yeah, it just gets hard, you know. I never mean for any of my streams to come out like I'm some broken down hoe. But when something hits me and I want to talk about it and share, I do. So I can move about my day, you know, and go on. And let's face it, I've seen it out there. I've seen it around, and I see what people are going through, what they're feeling. How people get easily distracted on stupid shit, and I'm over here like, but you know, to each their own. Thank you for everyone listening to me ramble, because God knows I could ramble for days. Yes, I can. Hey, Debbie. I can go on and ramble for days, but I will not. I don't think it helps either that we have, you know, we only have 2 seasons here where I live at. It's either hot as fuck or we have thunderstorms and tornadoes. And we get them both in the same day, and it's been like 3 weeks now. So you either get all your stuff done in the morning when it's really hot and you're being burnt by that sun, or you wait till it storms. So yeah, I'll admit I'm not getting a lot of outside time. Especially if I'm sitting in here reading, because I'm not a reader. I'm not getting a lot of outside time, but that would help me more. But thank you everyone for coming and listening. I think I'm going to go throw up now and go on my little trip to the river. It's called Little River Springs. It's pretty cool springs down here. 72-degree water. It's beautiful. Same degree all year long. I actually put a wetsuit on when I get in there. I'm not kidding. I put somewhat of a wetsuit on because, well, I get cold easy. And go down, see what it's like. Walk through the nature trails, you know. See, when you're out in nature, I've been around so many people, and probably because we're all out in nature, you don't feel that weird energy. At least for me, I don't feel that weird energy. Unless you have maybe that one random asshole that comes running out of left field and does some stupid shit. I don't know. Even then, I laugh, okay? I laugh. But when you're out in nature, you could have a bunch of people around you. And I'm over here like, I'm all happy and shit. I don't mind it. Don't put a whole group of people, though, in a big concrete building. It just started raining. Hold on. Can a bitch get a break around here? Now it's raining. Did I speak too soon? Was it because I was reading and doing a stream and didn't take action? Okay, let's not dive too deep into that. Well, there goes that. Acceptance. There goes my trip for right now. It's not dark outside. It's still light. Maybe it will just pass right on through. But if it storms, I'm really going to be mad. Hey, Jay. Namaste. Yeah, well, there goes my little happy doodah trip to the Springs. Ooh. I was reading this book. For anyone that knows or wants to know, I was reading this for a while. Caught myself before I went down into emotional turmoil. Yep. And now that it's raining out, well, I'm just going to sit here a little bit longer and drink my tea. I'll be right back, because apparently I don't got to pack and go anywhere now. See? As quickly as I talk about it, rain come down. That's when you kind of get a little worried. Like, you might not want to say certain things out loud. You might make it happen. And that does happen, for real. Talk about it, you'll make it happen. If you don't believe, you're not aware of yourself. Okay, I'm gonna go deep again. I'm gonna go deep again. Because I love to go deep, I'm gonna go deep again. Forgiving yourself. For me, it's hard for me to forgive myself for a lot of things. And that's the biggest thing for me, is forgiving yourself. Even if you feel you did nothing wrong in the scenario, forgiving yourself. Everything outside of you is an illusion. When you come to a certain level of acceptance and healing, you will realize everything outside of your own being, your physical body, is an illusion. And I mean everything. I'm not saying people have to agree. I'm sharing my insight. Everything outside of you is an illusion. I've tested it myself with my own experiences, and everything brings me right back to me. I don't care what's going on in the world. I don't care what we're being told. I don't care what people watch, what you read, who you talk to. Everything is going to point you back to you if you allow it to. If you don't allow everything to point back to you, you are not taking personal responsibility for you. You have a lack of awareness for you. It's not a lack of awareness for the world around you. It's for you. Let's say someone locks you up, something happens, I don't know what, you put any scenario in it. It all points back to you. Some people reach that point that no matter what they hear, see, and do, all they hear is I in the scenario. I. You can be talking about the presidency. You can be talking about a business. This, that. I don't care what it is. When you reach a certain level, you're going to see it all comes back to you. How are you handling it? How are you letting it affect you? What are you doing with what you know? You. And when you reach that level, you stop running around and blaming everything else around you. And that is not hard to accomplish. I mean, it's not easy to accomplish either. Because I have my moments where I'm like, I'll be damned, that wasn't me. No, it was. It's just that pissed off, angry feeling deep inside of me that says, that's not me and I don't like that. No, that is me. That's me all the way around the block. And when you're constantly in fight and flight mode for, I don't know, like 40-something years, and you're sitting around all this and you're seeing what's going on, it points back to you. And when you take it as everything points back to you, that's when you're really looking at you. That's when you're really doing this. You're doing one of these numbers, you're like this, and you're looking in a mirror, and everything you do is you. That's right, everything. Period. Something else I have another hard time and pet peeve with now. But you get to that level and see everything is you. And now you're trying to associate with other people and get along in a world where other people aren't seeing it's them. They're like, no, Sally pissed me off. Bob did this. Jeffrey did this. No, you allowed it. You. Period. Case closed. Mic drop. I'm out of garbage bags. That is full self-awareness. And I mean full self-awareness. And when you get there, there ain't no going back, Jack. You are there permanently. You can't unsee things. You can't unfeel things. You can't make things go away. That makes me think of another thing. That's why a lot of people aren't going to attain this and achieve it. You can't run from your problems no more. There's nowhere to run. You can't be like, I'm going to revisit that later. I'll address it later. It's too hard. No, when you find full acceptance of yourself, you got to address everything you encounter and go through right then and there. There is no, let's put it on hold. We'll address it again tomorrow, Sally. We'll continue bitching about it tomorrow. No. When you reach self-awareness, you have to stop and take accountability for everything you do right then, right there. No thinking, no, right then and right there. Which tells me why it is very hard to do it. Why people still want to go to shitty distractions, and I still do too, but they're getting very, very less and few and far in between. People still want to go looking for answers somewhere else because they're not going to stop and take personal inventory right then and there. That's a lot of deep thinking. That's stopping and saying, did I have any part in this? How did I react? What did I do? Was I wrong? Were they right? That's thinking outside the box all the way around. Thinking outside of this box, that box, that box, that box, and that box. And meanwhile, running around with a mirror. So you're thinking outside the boxes, trying to jump outside the boxes. Meanwhile, running around with a big old fucking mirror. So imagine how hard that is. You keep trying to jump out of this box, that box, and meanwhile you're like Mario over here with a mirror going, you're running. And every time something happens, you gotta stop and go, okay, we good. Keep running. Get out of those boxes. Let's get away. Hold on, stop. We're gonna have a breakdown. Trauma's gonna hit us. Stop. Look in that mirror. That's a good little analogy, right? As a matter of fact, this makes me want to give this to people. Stop running! Where are you going? Here, take my mirror. Do you need my mirror? Use my mirror. Now keep her running. But that mirror is not leaving your hand. Nope. That's a good analogy too. Keep running. The mirror is not leaving your hand. It's right here. And if you ever need help, fuck the psychiatrists and doctors. Grab your mirror. See? Grab your mirror and look at it. Because I can tell you one thing, a lot of people cannot even look at themselves in the mirror. And I couldn't for so long. Now, it's become clear and evident that I sit here and look in the mirror for a long time. I look deep into my eyes. I look to see who I am, what I am. I know it may sound weird to some people, but not everyone. Do I love myself? Do I forgive this person for what I've done? Even though I might not see it as harmful, if I've done something to harm someone else, do I forgive myself? Not that it's our responsibility to make other people feel a certain way anyways. But for me, I will look at it as, did I have any involvement in that? This way there's that clear path of communication and disgruntled feelings. And if I feel it and someone else feels it, well, then you talk about it. And if you don't, well, then you can continue running around. Run around with this mirror in your hand. Yep. That's always a fun tactic. This tea is very good. I'm drinking lemon and ginger tea. Joints for 2 nights. Oh, hey Canada Dummy, how you doing? How you doing, Face Bad? Thank you, Jay. That'd be good to see you. Yeah. The Psycho SQH, what is that? Yeah, I try to talk in groups of people, but my energy gets affected so easily that it will shut down my thoughts. So when I speak on my own and I don't have anything messing up my energy, I could flow better, you know? And it is less stress on you. It's less stress on your body. I have a habit of going back and worrying in the past, worrying in the future, the past, the future, the past, the future. And I need to stay more present, you know? Because I have tested my body with being in the present moment. Like if my family's not home and no one's around, like right now only my son's home. My son doesn't have bad energy. Not all the time. Sometimes he does. My mom is gone. My niece is gone. When I'm in my house and I am free to flow and do what I need to, guess what? I do not feel body pain. None. So again, I proved to myself over here, so this went really bad, what the spiritual warfare and how people's behavior and energy will potentially mess up your body and hurt it, for real. I experience it every day. I can barely walk around when my family's around. See how that is? But when they're gone, I am flowing and moving around here like I'm a ballet dancer. See? See how powerful that is? So I've already figured out all this stuff on my own. As a matter of fact, when my mom even drives in through the complex down the road, I will have a body part on me that actually goes out on me. I could be walking the yard and all of a sudden, knee goes out. And I'm like, something's coming. There's incoming energy. And about 5 minutes later, my mom comes to me and I'm like, okay, there was that energy. And then I have to zip my mouth and shut my mouth because part of me wants to say, damn it, man, you took my leg out. Did you know you took my leg out? But you know, you can't say that in this world. So I just got zip it and then I hobble back to my house and I'm like, okay, well, now you know when a leg goes out or any body part for that matter, and you're anywhere, there is some bad negative energy around you, some very low vibe energy. And you want to get the hell on out of there, Kim. Did I fix my other pendulum? Oh, I did. Hot diggity doo-dah. Okay. All right. I have a couple pendulums. This is my favorite one. This is my pretty blue one. See that right there? That's my pretty pendulum. I had to fix this one, but this is one of my pendulums already right here, okay? I use my pendulums a lot. So that's one I had to fix, put on a thing. I Forgot what that's called. And this is my rose quartz pendulum. Now, I've been working with these for a while. I was working with them so good that these things were moving like a motherfucker. Yes, they were. They were moving like crazy. Then I went to the tarot cards, which I'm still working on fishy, but in my family, I'm on this side of the pendulum over here, way over here, and the rest of my family is way over here, and it's a constantly rocking, okay? And I'm having to duck and dive this rocking pendulum, okay? I'm having to duck it because I'm at this end, and over here my family keeps wanting to go boom and hit me, knock me like pinballs, like boop. Did it knock her out? Let's go in again harder. Woo! This is a good analogy. This is what happens, okay? So every day in my life is like, oh shit, who's gonna hit me? Okay. And I'm not even talking about just family. I'm talking about people in general, in my neighborhood, businesses, anywhere I go in the world, okay? It's like, boop, that's how I feel, okay? So Kim's been working very hard to sit over here and balance my pendulum, okay? To know where no one's knocking me over and I can stand up and everyone leaves me the fuck alone and lets me get my peace of mind. I've been working on this very hard. And I've reached a grand conclusion that I accepted long ago, my family's dysfunction. That bred my dysfunction into it, along with every other family member, okay? I accepted this when I was 12. When I was 12, I took on the grand scheme of saying, I am making sure my family stays together, because my parents got divorced. So at 12, I knew even then that, this might potentially be your life. Yep. Like mark anything else out of your life is going to be dedicated to taking care of your family. I made that commitment at 12. 12. And when I did that, it made me realize you're probably not going to have relationships that last long. You're not going to be able to put your energy in the places you want to or need to, okay? It's always going to be about the family. And because the family knows this and recognizes this, they're going to use it to their full advantage. And they've done that. And they've done a good job at it. But I ran around for so long being pissed at them. Pissed at them. Pissed at every last one of them. That's when I had to stop and say, hold on, bitch. Didn't you make that commitment to yourself? Yes, you did. As a matter of fact, when any horrific incident happens in my house and my family, I am the main one because I'm the oldest daughter that steps up and says, I'm going to take on the challenge. And I don't care if it takes me the rest of my life to do it. I'm going to take on the challenge. It's going to kill me and probably take me down in the process. I don't care. I'm here to take on the challenge. And here I am. And they know it. And because of that, it's going to wipe out a lot of shit I want to do. I've had to accept that too. It did that for my mom too. And she finally came out and told me the other day why, and this is weird because all I had to do was hear this. It's amazing when someone just says a few things to one person, how that can change your way of thinking if you allow it. So my mom said to me the other day, don't you think I wanted to do so much more with my life? Because I can get down on her so quick and be pissed and be like, this is all fucked up and our family is dysfunctional. And at this point, it's like really survival of the fittest in my own family. Like, who's gonna hurt who first? And when she came out and said that, I was looking in a mirror. Called my mother. For some stupid, dumb, odd reason, it never dawned on me that, hey, maybe your mother wanted to do more shit too. Be more creative with her life. But you're too busy being mad and pissed at yourself, at the world, at what society has bestowed upon you, that you allowed yourself to fall for. And she's battling and wishing the same thing that I'm over here trying to balance. Thinking maybe she's jealous, she hates me, she doesn't like what I'm doing. She just wished she was able to do it. And that's the thing in this world. I can run around in paranoia mode, like this one's doing this, this one's doing that. Maybe some people just want some of what you got because you reached a certain level. And why is that so hard to understand? But then you gotta have discernment. You can't let it fuck over what you already potentially gained. My family always had this habit of whatever I gained and got, they were out to take it. It didn't matter what it is. Where's Kim? Does she have it? Let's go get it. Let's take it from her. I had to tell my mom the other day, and I told my mom and son, I said, you have to understand something. I said, my whole life I have not had a voice. I couldn't speak on anything because I was indoctrinated not to speak, not to feel, and by golly, let everyone walk all over you and take your shit. So I told my family, I said, I'm sorry, but now when I even feel or sense someone is going to come in just to take shit from me and then be like, fuck you, and they're going to walk away, I said, I'm already going to be pissed. I am. Until I start to get over that more and grasp that concept more, I said, I'm already going to be pissed. I said, because you all are bringing up trauma for me. If I've already had people do this my whole life and I've reached that limit where I'm like, no more, man, and I'm setting my boundaries and you're still doing it, I said, you're bringing trauma back up for me. So if I react out of trauma, don't get pissed because you didn't check your actions and decided to just act whatever way you wanted and not even be aware or concerned about what I'm going through. And again, discernment. It's not our responsibility to worry about what other people are doing, but damn it, is there compassion? Is there people that give a fuck anymore? Or are people still too busy trying to take down another? Just because they reach somewhere in their life that, I don't know, maybe they haven't. That's what gets me. People can be jealous over someone else's life experiences. People can be quick to throw shit back in your face. Because you have life experiences that they didn't have. I don't wish my life experiences on anybody. Not even my hair. And if anyone did have my life experiences, I would like to think you turned it into a lesson. And it didn't make you a victim of circumstance. Because we shouldn't have victims in this world. As a matter of fact, there's too many damn victims. If we have victims running around everywhere, who's doing the real work? Huh? Just a saying. Might as well keep talking. 155, might as well keep talking. 61% on my phone. Does better for me to talk on my own and get out my feelings. We have so many victims in the world. Who's doing the real work? People want to run around and protect their peace of mind in some weird, odd sort of way sometimes. That blows my mind. People need to get out of that retaliation mode. I'm gonna retaliate. And that's hard. I know it's hard. I still get pissed and want to reach out and choke a bitch. I'm not gonna lie. What good does that serve me? Well, I'll tell you what, none. It's just going to increase my adrenaline, cause me stress, agony, pain to my body. And that's hard to wrap your head around, too. Yeah. Because then people want to throw in those dumb scenarios. Well, what if this happened? What if that happened? What if it did happen? Do I retaliate? Piss myself off more? No, I already did that. I just got done doing that. I just got done doing that. I just got done retaliating when it wasn't meant to be. And I got locked up, man. They locked me up for it. I got a nice 72-hour visit. I got a nice 72-hour hold on my physical body. That made me really have to go inside more and do some more healing. You know, while you sleep on a cot in a room with another girl who had her face bashed in by somebody with a steel-toed boot. That was my roommate. So while a girl's walking around with her face smashed in and bones fractured around her eye right here, I had to sleep in the bed next to her in complete and utter body pain, anxiety-ridden, and what the cops did to me to yoke my ass up off the ground like I was Osama bin Laden to get me out of my house while I'm over here going, no, fuck you, get off me. I just called to be picked up off the floor, man. What are y'all doing? No, I didn't crash a plane into a building. I didn't do none of that shit. I just asked to be picked up. I had to go inside more. I had to really go inside in there. And while I was in there, I was in retaliation mode. Yep. When I was in there, when I got out, I was like, by golly, I'm going to own the sheriff's company and the local police department and probably the paramedics when I get out of here. Yep. I'm going to own them. It's going to be my company. I'm going to put new people in there. Yeah, I was all set and ready. Then I was over here like, no, why are you thinking that? Because you're pissed. Your feelings were hurt. Granted, there was tyranny going on. That shit was illegal as hell. I'm not going to lie. Could I get a lawyer and fight a case and drag this shit out for a while? Probably. Would it be worth my time? No. Would I be even a bigger target on their head? Oh, fuck yeah. Can I just accept it? Accept it and go home after my 72 hours stay, where they kept me actually an extra 2 days, which is okay. I had to accept that too. Or do I go home and work on me more? Do that? Work on me more? That broke a lot of my anger. Matter of fact, it felt like it was a tactic. Like, we are going to lock her up for her own safety because her anger is fucking out of this world. See? That makes me go back to the pendulum thing. Where my pendulums go? Did I put them back? That's how I could have looked at it, see? I could have walked out there pissed and been like, that's it. They're going down. I'm going to own them. I'm going to make money. I'm going to be set for the rest of my life. But no, I learned a lesson. So when I got out there, I was just like, matter of fact, Kim, you're going to calm your anger. You've been pissed for too long. And what was I pissed at? My sister's death. And because I've been pissed about my sister, I didn't care who you are, what you had going on, if you were part of the system. Like, I don't mean fellow people around me. Well, some, my family. My family, and anyone out there in the system in the world, I was taking my anger out on every last one of them. Because I couldn't change the fact that my sister passed away. And I couldn't change the fact that I couldn't retaliate on somebody. No one was letting me. As a matter of fact, people are running around in here like, hold your feelings in. Don't show emotion. And I'm over here like, don't show emotion. That's my little sister. Fuck you. Don't show emotion. So you have a whole bunch of fucking idiots running around you, be like, silence, quiet, don't show emotion. That shit's gonna build up. It's gonna build up. It's gonna build up so hard and so strong, which is why, see, this is how much I had to think into this. I can be going to court, fighting judges and all that. And it was like, I had to finally sit back and be like, they locked me up for my own good, man. Because the way I was going around here, I was freaking out. I hold myself together good online and on a stream, but when I'm not on here, I was running, I was freaking out. Anyone got near me, I was like, get out of my way. If someone said or acted in a certain way, I was quick to dismiss you. If a behavior was brought up that reminded me of my sister or the sick world, I was ready to pounce on you. And I let that trauma build up and build up and build up. I realized too a little bit how spoiled I was in there too. Get to realize how spoiled you are when you're sitting in a unit and you're not being waited on. And they let you sit and think. You get to realize how spoiled you are too. But it was like I needed that calm down period. I need a calm down period with a bunch of other people who were going through horrific things also. So that's when I really realized, you're stronger than you thought, Kim. If you have to sit in here and not retaliate against the system, the people that brought you in here, with a bunch of other people in here going through the same shit, and your roommate looking even worse over there, you definitely, definitely reached a level of gratitude and gratefulness. My sister was my twin flame. I don't know if anyone knows that term or you relate to it, but it's having somebody so close to you that's the other side of the coin. Okay? I can't watch shows that show siblings together. If I hear anybody even say anything about a sibling, I break down. If I see big families and extended families, or I'm asked anything about my family, I break down. You have to start to recognize and sit with the fact that you're now in a world where you are the only sibling in your family. That is hard as fuck. Two parents that have dementia and don't know what they're doing from 1 minute to the next. On top of trying to heal yourself, because you know what you got to take on. On top of wanting to help other people, because that's in your nature to want to help other people. Something else I can't let go. Worrying about if this is done. Worrying about if you met this one's needs. Worrying about my dogs are even getting older. I have never in my life had so much shit on a plate sitting here that's going to be all up to me to handle and control. And how do you do that when you're over here just trying to control your own feelings? You're trying to figure out if your feelings are even yours. If it's even your feelings or someone else's. Now sit with this whole plate of stuff you got to do between cars and broke down boats and houses and properties and shit your parents hoarded over the years because they didn't remember buying it, and then repeating motherhood all over again. And my body's already fucking breaking down. That's when I feel like that part of that movie from My Cousin Vinny where it's like, can we possibly put any more shit on this plate? And that's the mode I'm at. That's the way I feel. Can we possibly put any more shit on Kimba to do? Can we make it any harder for her? And I know everything works out for a reason. And I've already adjusted myself to do just a little bit at a time. When I was overwhelming the piss out of myself, I learned to do just a tiny bit at a time. Little bit, a little bit, a little bit. But even that, even little bit is still a lot. It's a lot for me. I'm sorry, I'm still not looking at the comments. You know, you have those certain moments where you don't forget things. You have certain places you walk to or go to, and something horrific happened in that place. And when you hit those spots, you're taken back. At least for me, I'm taken back. And I have those spots all over my house. In my yard, in my car. And I did a big cleansing where I got rid of a lot of stuff to get rid of that energy, you know? We got rid of a lot of clothes, furniture, but you can't get rid of everything, you know? You can't sell the cars, you can't sell the houses just to forget about somebody or make it easier for you to be there. I've saged my house out. I've done all kinds of stuff. But bad memories still remain. They still stick. It's only been 2 years. It feels like it's been fucking 20 years. I'm afraid I'm gonna forget my sister. Hell, I almost forgot her name just a few months ago. I went to say her name and I was like, Rachel? Rachel didn't even sound right. My own sister's name didn't even sound right to me. And then I really panicked. I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna forget her name. How would you forget your own sister's name? But when you truly lose somebody close to you, nothing feels real anymore. Nothing does. I don't give a fuck what it is. No matter what I look at, it doesn't look real. It doesn't look real. When I hear people talk about this, and that, I want to say, yeah, it's not real. Because again, it brings me back to what I said before. Everything outside of you is an illusion. I had the worst trauma in my life break. Have the one main trauma bond in your life break, and you go right back to your inner child. You go right back to being a little child where in this world nothing seems real anyways. It don't seem real. It don't look real. People aren't acting right. People don't even seem real. The fact that you can't help them because you see something they don't see, that's frustrating. Trying to talk to other people, hard. Get up and get yourself motivated to do shit, hard. Watch other people get pissed and banter and bicker for any reason in the world, hard. As a matter of fact, it seems like everything is hard, and it's crazy because even though it don't seem real, it's hard. How can something that doesn't seem real be so fucking hard to do? How can a family that you took care of your whole life be down to like 3 family members? 3. And 2 of them are children, not children. One's a young adult, my son, and an 8-year-old. And if you're aware of the world you live in, you're down to just being with the children, with the younger ones that are targeted at every angle. Now you're the main lookout. So it's like being in a lighthouse tower, and you're the main lookout person for the kids against a whole society and a system that just wants them bad. And you're the big beacon of light that is like, no one's touching them, coming near them, and fucking with them. Okay, with that, I'm going to end the stream. I think it's enough for me. I think I did enough draining for now. I got to do this periodically. Otherwise, it's too overwhelming to my body. Still raining. So no springs for me. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Hey, Crystal. Ghostface, hey. Ghostface, leave me alone. Up and wave, yes. I'm having a little tiny meltdown over here. Why do you think I hang out with you so late, Ghost? Venting, respect, yeah. It's easier to vent on my own. Thank you, guys. Hey, who are you talking to, Ghost? Leave me alone. So people know Ghostface is like my brother. Brother from another mother. You're getting sleepy? Aw. Did I make you sleepy? Faceplants? Thank you, everyone, for coming. Make sure I didn't miss anyone. Jay Height and Treach, everybody. Mary. DJ is. So the truth be told, audits, inspirational, Pendart. One, thank you. Mikey. Line straight. Yeah. Alright, everyone, have a good day. I'm gonna go back to whatever. Doing some shit around my house now. Since my vacation's over. Have a good day, everybody. Peace.